We're here for our first show of the day on a Monday afternoon on our sideline sit down. We have fully loaded here on our slate: Alexia Hernandez, Carla Arellano, Maya Zavala, and Delisa Enriquez, all joining us here this afternoon from their homes. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hi,
Thank you.
thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Fully loaded, one of the many travel teams that we've had here on this show, and one thing that we talk about is not only softball, but each of these girls go to different high schools, and then they all play together on one traveling team, fully loaded. First off, we're going to start off with just how have you guys have been. You know, we were just talking just a little while ago about how the first couple of months everything was shut down. We knew that we had nowhere to go but home, but now we've seen this last month things started to get reopened. You guys were able to practice. You guys were able to play games, but it's been a roller coaster. I think for all of us involved. And how have you guys handled that? On one being stuck at home, then being able to go back out, play ball, and then we're just starting to see things getting canceled again, left and right. Alexia, we'll start with you.
It's actually been pretty tough. Not gonna lie. Those first few couple weeks, we didn't know whether we would have a season or not. But like everyone else, I was just trying to like stay ready and stuff. And then once everything got shut down, like that was just a big heartbreak for me. So since then, I've just been, I guess, staying ready or actually getting ready for the college level. And actually, when I heard that we would start like being able to play softball again, I was getting really hyped. So then we're starting to enter in all these tournaments, and they're slowly like, oh, never mind. No. So I don't know. It's just kind of annoying at this point.
Yeah, Maya.
Really for me, like every single chance I get, because I don't know when like things will such if things down again, I'm like I like practice, I play every chance I have, like, I take advantage of it. So I mean, I know things aren't going the way we want them to go, like, but that's really what I'm doing. Just, I mean, it stinks, but yeah.
Carla.
Well, just like the girls were saying, it's been kind of crazy because all we can do is prepare and just be ready whenever we get a chance to play. So that's really all.
Delisa.
Honestly, it was really hard to like adjust to like not being able to practice, not being able to see the girls, like from going from season at Coastal Bend to just practicing to like come home. It's kind of just like a heartbreaker because we're used to like a certain schedule and now we can't like practice or do anything. But now that we've had the opportunity to, we take it as much as we can as a team. And like the girls said, we've tried to play, but they've been canceled. So we're gonna take every opportunity we can to join any tournament that's gonna open around us.
Yeah, for me, I'm almost in the same boat as you guys because at first it's like, okay, fine, whatever. Like, let's just ride this thing through. Let's just all stay home and stay healthy. And then it's kind of like we're getting teased a little bit, like, okay, sports is coming back, and then it's not. And for me, I think it was on Thursday. They said, hey, well, Major League Baseball's back, and I was like, yay, I was excited. But then, like 5 minutes later, they're like, but the Bernie tournament got canceled for this weekend. It's like, oh. So it's like yes and no, and like stop. It's getting to a point where it's like, well, which one is it? But going back to when you guys first went into, and when we all went into quarantine, everyone here was in a different boat. Some of you were in college, some of you were in high school. Starting off with the high school level, Alexia, for you in Pioneer, the year that you guys were having, I felt that the San Benito tournament, although Lyford won the tournament technically, I really felt you guys were the tournament winners because you beat San Benito, you beat Mercedes on a walk-off in extra innings. The way you guys were playing and swinging the bats, I think y'all were the most impressive. Was that tournament maybe a turning point for you guys, or were you guys already going into that tournament with confidence?
Oh no, we were just really hyped to play in that tournament because obviously there were big teams in there: San Benito, Mercedes, Lyford, and I believe Rio Hondo. Mm-hmm. But I believe we had already started to like click when we had our Marble Falls tournament, because we had took that tournament, we went undefeated 6-0, and that's when we just got our bats rolling. So we went to the San Benito tournament with firing on all cylinders, and we're just excited to play the best competition in the valley.
And it seemed like the only hiccup along the way was that first loss to Lyford. But then you guys come back and you beat San Benito, but you beat them handily.
Mhm.
Was that the game in the tournament that you guys were like, okay, like, you know, we can bounce back if we can just really put it back, put the pieces back together?
Yes, like for sure. I believe we had a grand slam in that game from Carissa Lopez. Yeah, we were just super excited to play that game. We were super shocked at how we were able to compete because, you know, obviously San Benito is a really good team, but once we saw that we could beat them, then anything's possible.
You know, that tournament, you know, had a bevy of shortstops with Hannah Garza, who was a junior at Lyford, Kelsey Pizarro Rojondo, another junior, Bethany Aguilar, who's a freshman this year at San Benito, and then there's your girl, Cari Lopez, who my opinion, she stole the show in those last couple of days of the tournament. I mean, she was making plays left and right as a freshman.
Yes, sir.
As a senior, looking at that young freshman, what she's doing at the varsity level, what was that like for you watching her play?
When she first came to Pioneer, I was obviously really excited because we have another weapon to use. And again, this year was supposed to be our year, and just seeing her grow, because at first she did start off like really, really shaky, but I just like helped her out a little bit, like talked to her, and well, she just shined. And I was really excited for the rest of the season because she had a lot of potential, and she is going to have a lot of potential as she grows as sophomore, junior, and especially her senior year.
And Casanova from the left-hand side, I mean, it looked as if the longer the game went on, the stronger she got in those tournaments.
Lisa has grown a lot since her freshman year. Her freshman year, she did struggle, but there's been a lot of growth once she came in this year. Our pitching coach, Coach Perry, would always work with her, and I would always see her working because I was there catching with her most of the time. And she just got stronger, faster, and she was starting to show a little bit of movement. So yeah, just like Gotti, she showed a lot of potential.
Last question on your squad was, I think the one word was athleticism. I think when it came to that, that's where you guys were at y'all's best. Everyone was just an athlete. Everyone could run. Your outfield was incredible. Did you guys feel that same way? If you could describe your team in one word, would be athletic?
Oh yes, we're always working day in, day out. We're always running them poles. Like we always hated it, but we just worked on everything that could make us a better athlete and a better softball player. So I believe we were good in the area.
Definitely. Maya, you just graduated this year, like Alexia. You were up at Texas State. How did that go up in San Marcos?
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. You know, like the team was super welcoming. So were my coaches. Like the environment was just like amazing. So, but yeah.
Delilah Barrera and Cassie Valdez are up there, up at Texas State.
Yes, they are.
Have you talked with them at all?
Lately
Or just in general about maybe going to Texas State or playing ball there?
Yeah, I talked to them when I first started, when I first started thinking about going to Texas State. I would talk to Cassie a lot, and she said she really liked it and how the environment, how the teammates were and the coaches. So she really gave me that like extra push about like how it's really good and stuff. So
and playing at Edinburgh High for Coach Arciba, you know, the Bobcats, you know, these last couple of years have always been in it. And I think I was talking with your dad that a couple of years ago, you know, you guys had Amber, you guys had Valerie De Leon, and you guys were loaded. Just talk about playing for Bobcats these last couple of years and really playing against Vela. And I know that became a rivalry even more so these last couple of years.
Honestly, I really enjoyed playing for the Red and Blue. It was a really fun time because I had all my closest friends next to me. I mean, I was new to the school at Edinburgh. I was originally supposed to go to McAllen High, but the change to Edinburgh High, you know, it wasn't too difficult because everyone like was super welcoming to me. And when Coach Arciba became the coach my sophomore year, at first things were a little shaky because like we didn't really know who he was. Well, I personally didn't know. A couple of teammates did, but when we had Wera, I don't know if you know her, Angie De Leon, Angie
Angie Salinas?
Yes, and then we had Desi, Val, Amber. We had a lot of players, so it was really fun playing with them. So, yeah.
And for Delisa and Carla, you guys, one went to McAllen High, the other went to Harlingen High, but you guys are always on the same travel team. How did it wound up that you guys ended up at Coastal Bend together? Was it by design or just by coincidence?
I think kind of just by coincidence that we both just ended up there. Delisa, if you wanna.
I had already committed to Coastal Bend, and then my mom had told me like, "Oh, Carla's going to Coastal Bend," so I texted her right away. I was like, "Dude, you're going to Coastal Bend! Like, I'm super excited to play with you. Like another 2 years." And it was just like it was awesome to like know that she was still going to continue her softball career, and especially like I'm gonna go into college with somebody that I've grown up with. So going to college together and playing together on the same field was like honestly the best feeling.
Mm-hmm. It was just really, to me, it was super awesome because, well, we were roommates, and so we were already really close, and it was just nice to have someone there that you already knew, and it kind of just gives you like that little bit of comfort. And it was really nice also, like when I would pitch and I got to see Delisa, like that, it was a face that I was used to, so it was nice.
And Carla, for you, I covered you over the last couple of years at Harlingen. You have your injury, and then things really don't go as planned. But yet here you are. You found your way back to softball. What was that like? Your journey coming back and overcoming the injury and getting an opportunity to play.
Well, it kind of at the beginning when I had first gotten hurt, we had just started season my senior year, so it was kind of really heartbreaking, like to just have it happen again, and it was hard mentally, physically, but my parents and my sister, all we could do really was just work, and my mindset was I wanted to come back and play, and I was ready to play, and so I would do my therapy and I would work out still. And then I just decided, you know what, like maybe softball isn't for me anymore. Like maybe it's time to just give it up. But then the coach from Coastal Bend had reached out to me and had offered me a spot that they had one last pitching position to fill. So I decided that I wanted to do it and I was going to work hard and I was going to do it. So me and my dad would throw a lot. Me and my sister would work out a lot. My mom was always there. And I just worked and worked and worked. And then I finally got to go and play. Well, when I had first gone to college, I wasn't cleared yet. So I would still do therapy and I would just do like some exercises. I couldn't pitch really. So it was just a lot of working out there. And then when I finally got cleared, it was awesome. We had just started scrimmages. I got to pitch. It was great. And so, yeah.
What's up?
Where'd he go?
I think he's... What's up? Oh, he's left.
Oh, Carla's the home.
Carla, your story.
Dude, I feel like I sounded dumb.
We're still on live.
We're still...
Okay.
My Wi-Fi cut out. Sorry there, Carla. Okay,
It's
we're
okay.
back. Apologize, my Wi-Fi cut out. You guys cut out for a little bit and cut back in, but okay, we're good. Carla, as you were.
So like I was saying, I just really, it was just great to come back and pitch, and I was just really happy that I got to be back doing what I love to do. It took a lot of work, and but we made it happen.
And how did Coastal Bend reach out to you? Or were they already in contact with you? Was it just maybe reconnecting with them?
I think maybe I had talked to them like my sophomore year, but nothing really like too promising at that time. And it was just randomly, the coach had just texted my dad asking like for video or like anything about me. And so my dad had sent some video, and we called the coach and we had to talk. I went to go visit the school. It was great. And so actually the coach, our fully loaded coach, Andrew, he had reached out and talked to the coach for me also. And so that's how it all really started.
And for you, Delisa, you going to Coastal Bend with Carla, how did that recruiting process work out for you?
Same way, Coach Lex, she used to be a coach at Coastal Bend. She contacted Coach Andrew and asked for video, asked for film of me, and went to go see me play. And I believe in Houston. And once like all that, like I started getting communication with her, and she saw me in Houston. She offered me. I went on a visit, and I love the campus. I love the environment, and that's basically how I got recruited through Coastal Bend. So.
And for you, Alexia, you know, Prairie View A&M, you know, they have a couple of Valley girls there already. I know Gabby Fonseca was there, Crystal Castillo, Bianca Cruz, and then now Gary Cisneros, Jericho Rojas, and now you. What was your decision on going to Prairie View A&M? What was that like, the recruiting process?
Okay, so originally when I was a freshman, I was actually committed to Concordia University up there in Austin. I believe I rushed that process. I was excited, like, oh my God, it's like this college wants me, like I'm gonna commit. Well, I was committed to them for a while until I decided to decommit and leave my options open. And there was a few options there. For a while, I was contacted by Kingsville. There was a lot of interest there. Texas Southern, Prairie View. I can't name all of them like at the top of my head, but Prairie View, Coach Jazz Bex had a lot of interest. Had a lot of interest in me, and we would always text and stuff. And she asked me to go out for a visit. And once I got to the campus, like I instantly fell in love with it. Just everyone, it just has this family type of atmosphere in a way. So I got really comfortable with that. I got to meet all the coaches. I went to one of their camps and I got used to their field and stuff. I got to talk to some of the girls who are already there and just, I guess, pick up some knowledge so I could apply it to my game. So overall, I believe Prairie View was a good choice for me in my softball career.
You know, so all of y'all are in y'all's season. You know, when back in March when everything started unfolding. Maya, for you, Edinburgh High, you guys were already in district play. Were y'all able to play that Friday, the 13th, the last day when you guys got off for spring break? Were y'all able to play a game that day?
For Texas State or?
For Edinburgh High. No, I'm sorry, Texas State. I'm sorry.
Well, we had like that weekend, like COVID happened and all that stuff.
Yeah, that last week, like where were y'all when everything kind of started? Because I know for us that it was that spring break week where things started getting canceled.
Yes. Well, we had just finished playing A&M. Things didn't go as planned, but the next day we were practicing. We were in the middle of practice, and Coach Woodard, our coach, like, "Oh, I have a meeting and like about the COVID on stuff because MLB was getting canceled, the NBA and all these big organizations." So we're in the middle of practice, and she's like, "Okay, y'all can wait here while I go to the meeting." And then she came back and said that like we're taking like a little, what is it called? Like a little, not everything wasn't canceled yet, but it was like a little break kind of thing, like a little absence from playing. So that's where we were when we got the news about that.
And did you come home right away, or because I know some teams they had a couple of days to get back home. Some teams or some girls left immediately, or some girls kind of waited it out. What did you do?
I came home right away because like my coach like recommended it because like I stayed in the dorms, so I didn't pack my things right. I packed a little bit. I packed clothes for a week because it was like spring break, so I planned on coming back. But right. Then I went on. The absence kept getting longer and longer, so then I ended up going back and packing all my bags after like about 2 weeks or so. So.
Now, Alexia, you were in high school this year. Where were you guys at when everything kind of got put on pause?
I believe we played our last game on a Friday against Sherry, and it was when we were in our coach's room right before our game. He was already having like talks with other coaches and I'm guessing our athletic coordinator, Thompson and Lee, and they were telling him that we may have a week off after this game, 2 weeks off, and they were just talking about how we would be able to make up those games. So there was already talks about it, but I didn't really like think that that game would be my last game. So we had practice Saturday, and then that next Monday, and Monday was our last practice, and none of us even knew. So we found out the news during spring break, I believe. So yeah, that was kind of tough.
Yeah, because we were all in the same boat when it came to. I remember the first date was, I believe it was March 29th, and then it got pushed back to May 4th. And then May 4th, we didn't even get to May 4th. They had already canceled everything. For you hearing that your season was officially canceled, it was one thing to potentially hear about it, but then for it to officially hear about it, how did Coach Garcia tell you guys the news, or how did that work out for y'all?
He just basically told us to be ready for anything. So I just constantly worked. I was ready for May 4th, but as the time started like passing, and nothing looked, I guess, positive, I just started losing hope, and that's when everything hit me like it's really over. So yeah, he just told us to be prepared for anything, just act like we're playing a game the very next day. So just be ready.
Carla and Delisa, you guys were having a pretty good season up at Coastal Bend. What was y'all's season like, and how did everything unfold for you all?
We had a great start. At like right when we started in the spring, we had a great. We were 13-0 for a while, and then until we lost one of our games. But when COVID started, like really like hitting our area, we played our last game in Corsicana against Navarro, and then we had practice that next week, and we were just there, and our coach got a phone call, and she kind of just said, okay, ladies, like go in the dugout, and like I'm gonna take this phone call real quick, and then I'll let you know what's going on, right? So then she takes a phone call, and then she tells us like, unfortunately, like we're gonna have to send you all home because like Corona's getting like a little bit worse than we expected. So like Maya had said, we literally just packed our bags for a week or two, and we didn't really expect that we were gonna like our season was gonna end, and that was gonna be our last practice together as a team. So
it was kind of funny. Well, it wasn't funny that it ended, but our coach was like, y'all can go ahead and go home because like it's pretty serious. And I just told Delisa, I'm just gonna take my dirty clothes basket and just my mom can wash clothes, and that'll be what I'll wear for the week that we're there. And then they were like, oh, like we're staying longer. And so I was like, oh my gosh. So I just had to wear the same workout clothes for the whole time we were until we got back and get our stuff.
Yeah, definitely, because everyone was in that same boat. We were all in the boat of uncertainty, not knowing which direction we were going to be going in. But did it freeze again?
Did it freeze?
I think so.
I think we're still on. Well, like
Yeah. But
Yeah.
with us, oh my god,
we're still almost on.
like the worst luck.
Shout out to Coach Andrew.
I know. I was like, shut up.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Coach Andrew, for helping us.
You're not even watching.
Why does it keep freezing?
I know. I don't know. I guess we're bad luck or something.
Oh, it says I'm the host now.
Oh! Kick everyone out but me.
Did Maya's freeze too?
No, I don't think so.
Oh no, didn't.
What did I do?
Guess we just wait.
Take over. Maya, how was your time at Texas State?
Enjoyed it very much.
So
So how was y'all's day?
Woke up like 2 hours ago.
What?
Woke up like 2 hours ago.
Right, I'm on my lunch break. I'm on my lunch break
Oh,
from work.
yeah. She's on her lunch break. Are we playing at 7 tomorrow?
I don't know.
I think we're playing at the same field.
What do I do?
Maya, this time you bring this white one, okay?
Maya,
Wait,
right now,
so-
right now that we're having technical difficulties, go change your shirt.
Yeah, go.
I don't know what to do because it says I'm the host. Like
Can you see all of us, like on your screen?
Kevin isn't in it anymore.
Oh, or does it ask you to like let anyone in?
I can't find it. It doesn't ask me. There's no little option.
Watch us on Twitter.
Did he text you?
Guys, it looks so good.
Well, I want to watch it. Where is it at? Oh wait, never mind.
Should I end it?
No, don't.
No.
Like let's
No.
just. We're famous for it. Let's just have a little moment.
Oh, I'm trying
Wait, did it say that you were the host when he got out the first time or no?
No.
Yeah, I did. It said on my computer.
Oh, it told you?
It told me that Carla Arellano is the host now. I was like, oh.
It told me the second time when he got out, like this time. But I don't know what to do.
Maybe
Well, I mean,
just wait.
Get in one time. I'm pretty sure he.
If I'm the host, how is he gonna get back in?
Well, how did he get in the first
Last time he did it too. He just went back in.
I think I'm just gonna end it.
No.
No, live.
Well, what are we supposed
Do
to talk
it.
about?
We should just make a TikTok.
He said just wait. I learned a new one today.
Really?
I actually did, but I'm not doing it right now. Oh.
When everyone go.
Hi, Coach Lex.
Let me text
All right, Coach,
Kevin.
put it on.
Should we just start our shout out now?
Let me text Kevin.
Is she on it? Is she on it, Mom? Hi, Coach Lex.
Hey, Coach Lex. Guys, okay, we're gonna give a shout out to Coach Andrew for being our coach for like 50 years. Bro,
Andrew, Coach
My
Rowdy.
whole life.
and making us better and
One
helping
AJ.
us go to college for softball.
Pushing us, motivating us. So yeah, to get to that level.
Who's watching it?
My mom. Mom, turn it off.
I was like, I can hear myself talking.
It's because it's kind of on the. Yeah, it's on the speaker.
I texted.
Shout
I
out to
texted.
Marvelous Linda.
Marvelous Linda, where's she at?
Marvelous Linda is like in summer school right now.
Oh my gosh.
What partner?
Oh, shout out to AJ. AJ got
Yeah,
this.
What
shout
you
out to
said.
AJ
I said that.
always being the
Shout out
best,
to AJ.
the best catcher and the best coach besides
First base
Andrew.
coach, best shagger, best equipment, always having the equipment, best
Always being ready for anything.
he would always flip him and Rowdy.
What's the meeting ID?
Oh,
Wait, I'll just find it. I'll get it.
I have it. It's 838.
Wait, I'll just send it. Hold on.
Wait, wasn't AJ there when we had like won nationals? It was just AJ and Rowdy, right?
It was the whole reason why we won nationals. Just 'cause we were-
No. But Carla thinks he's the best catcher, so I'm not catching for Carla anymore.
Because our arm is quick.
Oh yeah, my arm. It hurts. I like how Maya's not even talking. She doesn't want to embarrass herself. This is a fail.
I just sent Kevin the password and the the ID to get in. So he should be getting in soon.
Yes, ma'am, host.
Hello.
Sorry about that. You guys really carried the torch there. I was MIA. I was watching it, and you was like, "What do I do?" And they're like, "I'm gonna end it." I'm like, "Don't end it." Like, we have two different Wi-Fi's, and the one Wi-Fi kicked me out, so I had to get out of that one, join the other one, and then get the meeting ID. So, but we're almost home. We're more than halfway through our show here, but I apologize, guys. My Wi-Fi has been cutting in and out, and I think that's another issue that everyone's been having since we're all here working from home and having to deal with Wi-Fi. But nonetheless, hopefully you guys enjoyed the behind the scenes there with the girls. And some were saying that they thought you guys were very entertaining. But let's talk about travel ball just a little bit, and what travel ball does for you guys, and just the competition and the competition level that you guys play with and against. What makes travel ball unique? And we'll start with Delisa.
What makes it unique is honestly traveling all around Texas, even out of the state. We get to see the different competition from Kansas, from Florida, from just everywhere around Texas, and we get to see like how other teams play other than the girls in the Rio Grande Valley. So I love playing out of Texas, and I love playing all around Texas because we basically get to show what the RGV is all about. Because a lot of people do underestimate our talent down here, and when we go over there and we win, we take championships and everything. People are like, wow, like these girls can play. So it's kind of like we play and represent Fully Loaded. So it's kind of like an honor.
Alexia?
Just D kind of said it all. Just going up there and playing at those big cities, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Seguin. It's just the competition level is like it doesn't compare to what we see down here. So I actually like travel ball. I actually just joined when I was 13, but these girls started when they were 8, right? 5. Yeah. Because I started with baseball, and then my dad wanted me to make the switch to start getting used to softball for the high school level. So once I got to experience the whole travel ball deal, I fell in love with it instantly. All the traveling, the different girls we would play, it's just amazing.
And I think that's one of the unique things is that you guys grow up with each other. So then when we get to see you all at the varsity, it's kind of like, oh, well, I played with her since I was 8. Of course I know her. Or you play against someone in travel ball and it's like, oh, I played against her in travel ball. How small is the softball world, Carla?
Everyone knows everyone. Like everybody knows everyone. If you play softball, I know you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess because we play against each other, with each other since we were little. Like, so really, honestly, so small. Everyone knows everyone. If you haven't played on a team with them, you've played against them.
Maya, how about you? Being involved in travel ball and not only with it being such a small world, but the camaraderie you have with your teammates growing up and just really knowing them your whole life.
Honestly, it's really amazing because I can honestly like call these girls my family. Like they're not only like my friends, like they're basically my family. And like seeing them grow, like not only in softball but as like outside of softball, like it's really amazing. Like I don't know. But yeah.
And then you guys of course play for Fully Loaded, and of course right now both Coach Andrew and Coach from Accelerate was texting me back and forth that you guys may have a scrimmage tomorrow. So how exciting is that, knowing that you guys may be able to play some ball tomorrow?
It's super exciting because even though we're not getting to travel and go to these tournaments, we're still getting to have a little taste of softball in our lives and still getting to see each other. And it's great. It's exciting.
It's good also because like this was our last summer together. So like I said earlier, we're trying to take any opportunity that we can to play together because again, all of us are going to college. All of us are getting older now, so we won't be able to play travel ball together. So playing as a team is kind of like what means the most to us. Like getting reps in, yes, to get ready for college, but to play one last time together as a team is what's really important to us.
Right. Alexia?
Just what Carla and Dee said, basically. Yeah, I'm just excited to play, just to get out there. I'm tired of being home, getting these reps by myself. I want live reps, so I'm just really excited to play.
You know, for you all that, you know, that y'all are playing college ball, you know, we're still not sure of what direction we're heading to as far as sports and academics go. But for now, you know, is it just a matter of just trying to just keep in shape? And then, you know, has y'all schools, y'all's programs reached out to y'all as far as what they want you all to do throughout the off season?
For me, as of right now, they just send us workouts, and school-wise, they haven't really made a decision on how the school is gonna like what they're gonna do. But for like, we have workouts and like, keep practicing, getting better. That's all, basically.
For Delisa and I, our coach sent us a whole workout that we need to start doing and just to stay in shape. And we are supposed to go back to move in already on the 21st, I think, and school is supposed to start on the 24th. So as of now, we're supposed to go back, but I don't know if that's changing or.
Definitely. What Coach Andrew just said that. What were you going to say, Alexia?
Just basically the same thing. The coach is sending us workouts, meal plans. Right now, the scheduled date to move in is August 16th. And what I've already heard is we would go through the Thanksgiving break and we wouldn't come back at all, like until the spring semester. So that's sometime in January. But I don't know if that applies to the athletes, like whether we would go back or, so I don't know. That's pretty much it.
And since you are just now moving in, because I know the other girls here, their place has already been established. They have a place to stay. Has that been difficult for you to find your dorm yet? Or have you even been able to find one?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Actually, I was supposed to room with Jerica and one of our other teammates, Haley. She plays with, or she used to play with Corpus Christi Vets. So they play on the same travel team, and sometimes I would go help them out and stuff. Well, we were supposed to room together, and they kind of ditched me, so I had to find a whole group of roommates, which I have no idea who they are, but I'm just really excited to meet new people. So yeah.
Definitely. Before we go, guys, any shout outs you might want to give out to any family or friends or teammates? Alexa, we'll start with you. You look really excited.
Yeah, just shout out to Andrew, Rowdy, all my travel ball coaches who got me here, all my high school coaches, Coach Garcia, Coach Sainz, Cherry, Coach V, Coach Pace. Shout out to my family, my friends, and my trainers, Adrian G. Fam, and Coach Eric.
Maya?
Shout out to my dad. I don't know if he's watching this. My mom, Coach Andrew. Like, even though like I'm barely like AJ, because I know he's been there through a lot too. My high school coaches, basically everybody that's helped me along the way, like even my friends too, like everyone that's like supported me. So you know who you are.
Delisa?
So.
Shout out to Coach Andrew. Thank you for all you do. Coach Rowdy, same with you. You've been supporting us throughout all these years that we play travel ball. Shout out to AJ. Shout out to Nick. Thank you so much for always being there, always supporting us through every tournament, even if it was super freaking hot outside. You were still there supporting us. Shout out to Coach Lex, Coach Castro. I don't think she's watching this, but shout out to you too. And Coach Eric, thank you so much for always believing in me and making me stronger and a more consistent hitter. And shout out to my family. I love you all, and thank you for always supporting me.
Carla?
I just want to give a shout out to all of the coaches that helped me get to where I'm at today, especially my fully loaded coaches. Y'all are the best. I just want to say another shout out to my sister for always going to the games, even if you don't want to be there. To my mom and dad for always supporting me, being the best parents they could. And to the rest of my family and my friends, I love you all. Thank you.
Definitely awesome. Coach Andrew said that the game's on for tomorrow at 7. So it looks like we all, including myself, have plans tomorrow at 7. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited to see some softball. So again, we're joined by Delisa Enriquez, Carla Arellano, Alexia Hernandez, and Maya Zavala, all members of the fully loaded team who they're going to be in action tomorrow night at 7 o'clock against Accelerate. This wraps up our first show of the day. Later today at 3 o'clock, we're going to have Noah and DeAndre Gonzalez from PSJ North. And then later today at 5, we're going to have Sean Landez join us. Do you remember Sean, Alexia, or were you too young? Sean Landez from Sherryland.
I don't remember him because I just joined Sherryland when I was a sophomore because I was at Mission like my whole life. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, this guy was the real. He played football at Sherryland, I think, back in maybe like 2012, 2013. But he's one of the goats there at Sherryland High School. Before there was even a Pioneer, before when it was just one high school. But yeah, what's that?
Tres?
Tres Barrera. Yeah, well, he played with Tres.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
In that era. So so Sean Landez is gonna be joining us later today at 5. So again, girls, thanks for joining us. Thanks for bearing with me with my Wi-Fi cutting in and out. You guys did a great job. Maybe you guys will
Thanks
host
for having us, Kevin.
Yes, thank you.
Definitely.
you.
So be safe and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right.
Thank